Let's go to Melbourne now and catch up with Joel Burnie from the Australia, Israel and Jewish Affairs Council. Good to talk to you again, Joel. I want to hear first up what your reaction is to the opening of the Royal Commission and the exclusion, if you like, from the Royal Commissioner, where she's saying they won't look at the alleged criminal activities of the day, what actually happened on the day, because she doesn't want to prejudice any criminal trial.
Well, thanks for having me on, Chris. And it was a very important day with the opening session of this Royal Commission for the Australian Jewish community, but it was also a very important day for Australia. As you've been correctly reporting for many, many years, but most importantly, since the horrific events of October 7, 2023, the Australian Jewish community has been completely besieged with an explosion of anti-Semitism, something that is certainly not in our nation's character, and most of us in this great country of ours know to be un-Australian. So in terms of an opening day and the opening address by Commissioner Bell and Senior Counsel assisting, obviously very procedural, but things seem to be on foot and going in the right direction. So there's certainly encouragement in that. On the point of not prejudicing the criminal trial, we did know that was one of Justice Bell's or Commissioner Bell's expertise in criminal law, to make sure that there was that legal separation between the two. We obviously wouldn't want any prejudice to the criminal case that is on foot. So if these are the parameters that the Commissioner has set, then we will definitely abide by them.
OK, let's have a little look at a little more of what Commissioner Virginia Bell had to say.
Against the background of the massacre of innocent people who appear to have been targeted simply because they were Jewish, I trust everyone will appreciate why the focus of this commission will be on tackling anti-Semitism as a starting point in strengthening our bonds of social cohesion.
There's talk of anti-Semitism, there's talk about religious extremism. Do you think it's a worry that they failed to specifically identify Islamist extremism, given that is the very real threat, the main threat that you're dealing with?
Not really at this stage, Chris, and I think that the proof will be in the pudding over the next couple of months, where the Commission actually gets to its work. I think that it would be highly unlikely that a considerable focus is not put on the main drivers of anti-Semitism in this country, which is no doubt obviously coming from multiple sections, but mostly and most profoundly by Islamist elements in our country, but also with this unholy alliance of the intersectionalized left, organised left and socialist left in our country, that has made an alliance with Islamist elements to continue to spew their violent rhetoric on the streets of Australia, that ultimately led to the atmosphere that caused the horrific events on the 14th of December. So I have no doubt that the Commission will be looking in all drivers of systemic anti-Semitism in Australia, and you cannot look at all those drivers, all the main drivers, without looking at Islamist-inspired extremism.
Yeah, I've got no doubt they'll look at it. They'll have to look at it extensively, but I find it very instructive that they feel very, very reluctant to even utter its name at the outset.